Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for Thursday, November 20, 2025. And in the news of this evening, child dies after GUTC bus incident in Vineyard Town, police probe underway. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company has confirmed that one of its buses was involved in a fatal incident in Vineyard Town on Thursday, resulting in the death of a male child. The company did not reveal the circumstances surrounding the incident, but confirmed it is now the subject of a police investigation. Noting that it is fully cooperating with authorities, the GUTC expressed deep regret over the tragedy and extended heartfelt condolences to the child's family. In a statement, the company added that it has been providing all requested information to investigators and has arranged professional counseling for the driver and any other staff members affected by the incident. The GUTC also urged the members of the public to remain calm and patient as the investigation progresses, noting the emotional toll such events can have on its employees. The company said further updates will be provided as more information becomes available. Men fined $30,000 for transporting coconuts without required documentation. Two men were each fined $30,000 on Tuesday for transporting larger quantities of coconuts without the documentation required under the Agricultural Produce Act. Appearing separately before the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court were Marlon Gibson and Ricardo Hunter. Gibson was intercepted by police while transporting 1,130 coconuts and was unable to produce a Jamaica Agricultural Society receipt, which serves as proof of sale and ownership for agricultural produce and livestock. These receipts, issued through JAS receipt books, are available only to registered farmers and must be carried when transporting goods. Gibson eventually turned up with the requisite receipt, according to police. However, Senior Parish Judge Paula Blake Powell explained that the law surrounding receipts was to prevent predial larceny, and that was why it mandated having the receipts while transporting the goods. She added that having it after the fact, while it would help in his sentencing, did not absolve him of the crime he was charged with. Gibson pleaded guilty and was fined $30,000. When his case was called up, Hunter also pleaded guilty, explaining that he had not known about the requirement for a receipt and did not have one to show for the goods, which in his case included a quantity of bananas as well as 150 coconuts. The young man indicated that most of the produce was from his father's property. However, the judge stressed that the Ministry of Agriculture's heightened efforts to curb predial larceny and reminded the court that the maximum penalty under the act is $3 million. Hunter was also fined $30,000. Dollar Coin facing additional charges after escaping custody. A Kingston man has been charged with possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, simple larceny, and escaping custody following an incident at his home on Wednesday, December 22, 2022. He has been identified as 27-year-old Kareem Brown, otherwise called the Dollar Coin, of High Holborn Street in Kingston. Reports indicate that about 5:30 a.m., a team of officers assigned to the Kingston Central Police Division carried out a search at Brown's premises. During the search, a Glock 19 pistol with an affixed magazine containing 17 9mm rounds was found in a green suitcase inside a room occupied by Brown. Following the discovery, Brown was taken into custody, and whilst being processed, he managed to escape through a defective window in the office. On Sunday, November 9, Brown was apprehended by lawmen on Lisonto Road in the parish. He was subsequently charged after a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. His court date is being finalized. Teen charged following alleged carjacking. A 17-year-old boy has been charged after allegedly partaking in an armed carjacking. The teen is charged with robbery with aggravation, possession of a prohibited weapon, and using a firearm to commit a felony following the incident on Snipe Road, Kingston 5 on Sunday, October 12. Reports from the Halfway Tree Police are that between 11 p.m. and 12 a.m., the boy and his accomplices, posing as passengers, requested the services of a popular ride-sharing company. Shortly after embarking on the vehicle, one of the men reportedly held a knife to the driver's neck and another pointed a firearm at him. It is alleged that the teen dragged the man from the vehicle, after which they drove away with the car with a bag containing $50,000 and electronic devices valued at $60,000. A report was made to the police and an investigation into the matter was launched immediately. The boy was later arrested during a targeted operation and was formally charged following a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney and the guardian. His court date is being arranged. Reed, Pinnock, and the co-accused to return to court in February. The trial of former Education Minister Ruel Reed, former Caribbean Maritime University President Fritz Pinnock, and their 3 co-accused will continue with more witness testimonies when it resumes in February 2026. Court adjourned on Thursday, just after a statement from Reed's former driver, who is now deceased, was accepted into evidence with some reductions. So far, the prosecution has called the 3 witnesses of a proposed 92 as they attempted to prove that Reed Pinnock, Reed's wife Sharon Reed, their daughter Cheryl Reed, and the Counsel Kim Brown Lawrence took part in a scheme that siphoned off over $25 million from the Caribbean Maritime University and the Ministry of Education. The trial began on October 7, following an unexpected absence of the then Judge Vaughn Facey on October 6. Senior Parish Judge Sanjay Burrell took over the case, allowing matters to begin in earnest. Throughout the trial, some members of the defense have raised issues of admissibility, pointing to how some of the information that the prosecution wishes to use in the trial was obtained. On multiple occasions, members of the defense have made submissions requesting that the trial be effectively discontinued. So far, none have been successful. The case dates back to 2019 when the accused was arrested following public calls for an investigation into the ministry and the university. Crown prosecutors outlined allegations that between March 2016 and October 2019, the 5 accused participated in the $25 million scheme, with others unknown, in which money was paid over to bank accounts, either owned or controlled by the accused or handed over to them in cash. Prosecutors alleged that the money came from fraudulent payments made for work that was never done or services which were never provided to either the ministry or the university. The accused have maintained their innocence throughout, pleading not guilty to all the charges on the 35-count indictment. The accused are not subject to all the charges, rather are charged with different counts, some jointly, resulting in a total of 35. Reed is subject to the most charges, having been named in over 30 counts. Bail for the accused was extended until court resumes in February. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.